started Jake Paul off. And I decided I started him, and I'm going to finish him.
The upcoming fight between internet star Jake Paul and boxing legend Mike Tyson has captivated fans and critics alike. In the lead-up to the fight, Tyson didn't hesitate to express his intentions. He boldly claimed he would knock out Jake, sending a clear message that he wasn't approaching this lightly.
Different date, same fate. I'm going to knock out Jake Paul.
Jake wasted no time in accepting Tyson's challenge, signing the contract and asserting that he was coming for Tyson.
Coming for you, Tyson.
Ice!
Sign the contract, big boy.
The significant age gap between the fighters has been a key topic of discussion among fans. Tyson, now 58, brings decades of experience, while Jake, in his athletic prime, is seen by some as having a potential physical advantage. Many wonder if Tyson's experience can counter Jake's youth.
I've had to date against the most experienced opponent. It's at heavyweight, and Tyson's dropping people in sparring. He looks the best shape and the strongest he's ever been, is what his coaches are saying.
Jake has acknowledged the difficulty of facing Tyson, describing him as his toughest fight to date. Yet, he has also stated his goal of knocking out a legendary fighter, sparking conversations about his readiness.
And so I know on November 15th it's going to be a war, but I just plan on outboxing him and showing the world what I'm capable of and coming alive in the moment and knocking out one of the best to ever do it.
Knowing the public scrutiny he might face, Jake shared his thoughts on potential reactions to the fight. He anticipated that critics might downplay his win due to Tyson's age, showing his awareness of public opinion. Jake seemed prepared for varied reactions, win or lose.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are, wondering, Jake, why are you doing this? Like, even if you beat him, they're going to say, oh, he was old or whatever. But to me, Mike Tyson wanted to fight me.
In describing Tyson, Jake compared him to Muhammad Ali, emphasizing Tyson's reputation as one of the sport's greats. This acknowledgement highlighted Jake's respect for Tyson's achievements. The comparison has also added weight to the fight, with fans viewing Tyson as an enduring symbol of boxing.
He's one of the most famous boxers in the world to ever do it. Him, Muhammad Ali, and to step in there with someone of his nature is an honor. It's a dream come true, and it's going to be a spectacle on Netflix.
Jake has often noted that many people view him primarily as a social media star. Through this fight, he aims to show a different side, aspiring to be seen as a serious competitor in the ring. By taking on Tyson, Jake is seeking to build his identity beyond his online persona.
All right, you've come face to face with Tyson a few times already, brother. He hasn't bitten your ears off, so to speak. But has he bitten off more than he can chew with you, though, bro? Your final pitch. Let's go. Roll it out.
Yeah, 1000%. People just think I'm this nice, crazy, smiley social media content creator. I like to have fun. I've always been the class clown, but I'm a killer. This is what I was bred to do.
Jake has openly declared his intention to become a world champion, an ambition that has received mixed responses. Some fans see this as confidence, while others view it as premature. The bold statement has sparked debate on Jake's place in boxing's competitive landscape.
November 15th, I will stop him and become the face of boxing. And whether people hate that or love it, they're going to have to accept it, because I was born to do this and I will be world champion.
Tyson confirmed that this would be a sanctioned match, not an exhibition, intensifying interest and expectations. This choice underscored his commitment to treat the event as a serious competition. Fans now anticipate a fight closer to the traditional format, where both fighters are expected to compete fully. Tyson has shared his view on fear, admitting it motivates him in the ring. This mindset has sparked discussions among fans, as some see it as a strength while others wonder about its effects. Tyson's openness on the subject has added a psychological angle to the fight.
And you're going to put him to the test November 15th.
Absolutely, yeah.
How are you feeling about that upcoming fight?
I'm looking very much forward to it, and I put in the work, so I'm not really worried about anything. I put in the work. There's nothing else I can say. I put in the work.
Tyson's training regimen includes rowing 7,000 times daily, a routine that has impressed some fans while raising concerns among others. This level of commitment shows he isn't approaching the fight casually. Fans are curious to see how his training translates into ring performance.
And when you look at a guy like Jake Paul, so whether it was Jake Paul or anybody else, there would still be that fear in
Absolutely. If it was my sister, my daughter, I would still have that fear. I wouldn't fight if I didn't possess it.
Tyson has publicly dismissed age as a barrier, saying it's a human construct. His view challenges traditional notions about age in high-level sports. This statement reflects Tyson's belief in his own abilities, regardless of societal expectations on aging.
You don't know how old you are. Somebody told you how old you are. Julius Caesar had a big ego. He wanted the extra month, so he said, I'm going to create July. So how old are you? These people are creating months and years to make people a certain particular age. You really don't know how old you are. You don't know how old. I don't know how old I am. People design their own calendar. So we don't know how old we are. We know what people tell us how old we are. We know what people tell us we should be retired by this age. That's what they tell us. Our man's biggest downfall is to believe he has limitations. And that's what we do when we believe we're a certain amount of age. I don't think I'm 58. Do you think I feel 58? When I'm fighting them young niggas in the gym and they're bashing me, them big, strong motherfuckers, and I'm bashing them back. You think I feel 58?
In discussing the sport, Tyson remarked that fighting draws those kinds of people, suggesting boxing wasn't intended to be clean. His words highlight the primal nature of the sport and its appeal. Fans see this as a reminder of Tyson's long-standing understanding of boxing's intensity.
I don't want to incriminate him and say he's buying people.
No. Like, if anything, he's cleaning the sport, Mike. If anything, if he does
fighting would never be a clean sport. It wasn't meant to be clean.
Tyson has described this fight as the biggest of his life, a statement that has added emotional weight to the event. Fans are intrigued by his level of commitment despite his long career. Tyson's dedication underscores the significance he places on this bout.
November 15th, you're taking on Jake Paul.
Yeah.
This is a highly anticipated fight because, like you mentioned, there's no limitations to what you can do. And I saw that in your last outing with
you know what's so crazy? I'm 58 years old. I'm fighting the biggest fight of my life. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
That is.
You're supposed to fight the biggest fight of your life when you're in your 20s and stuff.
Tyson noted that hate sells better than love, acknowledging that Jake's polarizing image can drive viewership. His comment highlights the role of personality in attracting an audience. Tyson's understanding of this dynamic reflects his awareness of modern sports psychology.
And he brings in the...
Well, that's from hate. There's nothing more, there's no bigger finance than hate. Hate sells more than love. But love is more powerful than hate.
Whoa!
Tyson has cautioned Jake against hiding in the ring, suggesting that a defensive strategy would only make the fight harder. This remark set clear expectations for a head-on match. Tyson's words reflect his preference for a more direct and aggressive fight.
He won't have to wait. He don't have to find me. All the running I'm going to do is right at him. He ain't got to worry about fighting me.
Worried about fighting.
Boxing icon Floyd Mayweather expressed his support for Jake's decision to take on Tyson, noting it's good for boxing. He added, however, that fighting a seasoned boxer could be tough for Jake's career. Fans appreciated Mayweather's balanced view on the fight's implications.
Jake Paul, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Former champion Bernard Hopkins voiced his disapproval, suggesting the fight might not align with Tyson's legacy. Hopkins sees Tyson as a legend whose career stands apart from today's celebrity-driven fights. His critique has fueled debate on how this fight fits within Tyson's broader achievements.
I don't like it.
Is it because of the...
Jay, I look at Mike, it's like I look at him different.
Lennox Lewis noted that Tyson's age shouldn't fool Jake, emphasizing that Tyson still knows how to both take and deliver punches. Lewis believes Tyson's power and resilience remain strong, making him a serious threat. His remarks have highlighted the respect Tyson commands.
You saw him working out the other day. He's 57 years young. He still got it. He still got it in his eyes. He still got it in the body.
Oh, yeah. No, Tyson can throw a punch. He can take a punch. So, he's doing something that he's used to.
Former sparring partner Joe Egan recalled Tyson's incredible strength and speed from their early sessions. He emphasized that Tyson's reputation is rooted in these qualities, adding context to his training. Egan's memories underscore the high expectations surrounding Tyson's performance.
But I was so relaxed. Next when I look into the ring, and Mike's pacing the ring with his shirt off. His body, his physique was incredible. His biceps, his chest, his neck, incredible. I hadn't seen him stripped to the waist. Yeah. And I'm looking, I'm thinking, that's not the same 17-year-old boy I met yesterday. That's not the same 17-year-old boy I ran with this morning. That's not the same 17-year-old boy I sat next to on the minibus getting here.
Yeah.
Then Cuss pointed to one of the big men to get in. He was knocked spark out. I tell people, I say it all the time, I ruined a good pair of underpants at that moment in time. I shit myself. There's no way a 17-year-old should have that power. He knocked a couple more out. I got in, I got battered for 3 minutes, got out. A couple more, got in, then I was back in again. I'd done 6 minutes with him that day. But the madness in me, George, because I do believe fighters have to have a little bit of madness in them.
MMA star Kamaru Usman expressed surprise at Tyson's peak condition, noting the impressive firmness of his handshake. Usman praised Tyson's mindset, suggesting he's more than ready. His reaction underscores Tyson's commitment to remaining physically and mentally sharp.
I love the place where he's at. Like, he's not... I know a lot of people are at home speculating, oh, he's 58, why is he can't do this, he can't do that, why, he's too old, but just because they can't do it, they're saying that. Uncle Mike was tight. He shook my hand. I was like, yo.
It's a big ass hand.
If he hits you with these things, imagine him hitting you with a fist. And I'm thinking, Uncle Mike still.
Heavyweight icon Vladimir Klitschko called Tyson's return a testament to his resilience, saying age is just a number for him. Klitschko admires Tyson's continued dedication to the sport, adding his voice to the praise for Tyson's determination.
Well, that's also outstanding as this fight in Riyadh. Mike Tyson, at his age, is facing a YouTuber that is much younger and hungry and capable of boxing as well. So it's going to be a good example for people that are at Mike's age.
Yeah.
It's also actually a good example for me to keep on punching, so to speak, and hopefully. And I look forward to that match as well. You can only be too old in your mind.
Yeah.
If you control your mind, you control everything in your life.
WWE legend Shawn Michaels commented on Tyson's power, admitting that one punch could be game over. Michaels sees Tyson's strength as a key factor in the fight, and his words reflect the lingering aura around Tyson's capabilities.
I believe Jake is, obviously he's got the youth and he's a hell of a boxer, but I just grew up being petrified of Mike Tyson, and I don't, just the fact that you get in the ring with Mike, I don't care if he's 59 or 109, Mike hits you once and I think you just kind of shatter. So that's going to be one that I think is going to be tough to call, but it's one, I gotta be honest, that's one I'm looking forward to seeing.
Colby Covington has expressed concerns about Tyson's age, calling the fight potentially dangerous. Covington believes this matchup risks Tyson's well-being and his legacy. His comments have raised questions about the ethical considerations of this age-disparate fight.
I think, Mike still looks like a superhuman for 58, but he's still 58 years old, and he shouldn't be fighting anymore. I don't think it's safe. I think it's dangerous. At that age, your heart might explode. He gets hit in the head. He might have a brain bleed. I mean, the guy, that's what I hope for. I hope that Mike Tyson makes it through injury-free and doesn't get hurt. But I don't like the fight. Jake's in his mid-20s. He's doing every chemical known to man. He's literally a lab project. They're just juicing him up, him and his brother. Yeah. Everybody knows that. The machine's behind him, juicing him up, putting every chemical known to man. So I think it's going to end bad. I think, Jake's going to probably knock him out within the first 2 minutes. And if he doesn't, then it'll be because he's carrying him and he's trying to make the freak show look like it's a competitive fight. But I hate the fight. I think it takes away from Mike Tyson's legacy when a guy like this comes in and beats him.
UFC CEO Dana White has also voiced concern, noting Tyson's age and the health risks of fighting a younger opponent. White respects Tyson's legacy, but is cautious about the potential physical toll. His comments reflect a worry for Tyson's well-being.
Have you spoken to him about this one?
He gets mad when I do this, but Mike's 60, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Who gives a shit what I think? It's not my fight. I love Mike Tyson, personally as a friend, and he's one of my favorite athletes of all time. I don't know. Let's see what he can go in there and put together a training camp and come in and I don't like to see guys fighting it. Be a 31-year age difference.
Wrestling star Triple H advised Jake to let Tyson tire out by avoiding his punches in the early rounds. He recommended that Jake strike once Tyson slows down, emphasizing a cautious strategy. Triple H's insight offers a practical approach for Jake's success.
Like, how do you get past that?
Right.
Right? He doesn't need to be there for the whole fight. Just needs to be there for 5 minutes.
For 5 seconds.
Yeah. I don't know. I hear your strategy and I see your strategy. I don't know that I wouldn't just run for 2 or 3 rounds and hope that he gets tired.
Maybe that's a strategy too. I don't know.
Yeah. Punches himself out after 2 or 3 rounds, right. And then you just come in there and pick him apart. But I don't know. Look, my hat's off to both of them for taking the fight, and I understand people's concerns for Mike and all that stuff. He's a grown man. If he wants to take that challenge, and medically they check him out and they say he's okay, let's go.
Do they test for DMT?
MMA fighter Sean O'Malley believes Tyson's age could work against him, giving Jake an advantage. He noted that Jake's years of training have prepared him for a challenging fight. O'Malley's words reflect confidence in Jake's endurance.
Limits to what you can do when his body's been through it. You can't count him out. I just feel like Jake's too locked in, too in it, been in it too long. With in the last 5 years, who's been in it more? I think that matters. And what is he, 30 years younger? I just don't see this ending well for Uncle Mike Tyson.
Nate Diaz, who previously fought Jake, questioned whether Jake is prepared for Tyson's intimidating presence. He humorously suggested Jake might lose an ear, referencing Tyson's reputation. Diaz's comments highlight skepticism about Jake's readiness.
Hey. Real quick, everyone wants to know your take, man. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, who you got?
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson all day, you're the man.
Shannon Briggs praised Tyson's speed, noting that his quick reflexes could surprise Jake. He emphasized that speed might be a decisive factor, especially given Tyson's experience. Briggs believes Tyson's agility remains a significant advantage.
There's got to be one thing that really separates him from the pack as boxers, not from fans.
I mean, just speed for us. If somebody's so fast that when you go to punch and they beat you to the punch, or it's dangerous, and he was just ferocious. I think a lot of times too, the fear factor going into a fight with a guy like that, nobody has seen a guy like that to that point. Here he not really fighting left-handed. He going both ways. You know what I'm saying? He was squaring up. He was doing things that you really it's hard to train for. So he was just so dangerous.
David Benavidez commended Jake for his courage in facing a legend like Tyson, noting Jake's strength and youth. However, Benavidez cautioned that Tyson's experience poses a serious threat. His comments highlight the balance between Jake's ambition and Tyson's legacy.
You recently stepped in the ring with Jake Paul. You guys seem to be buddy-buddy, man. What do you think it's going to take for that guy to beat a Mike Tyson?
I think Jake Paul, shout out to Jake Paul, he's a great guy. He's very dedicated to sport, so I think he knows what it takes to be Mike Tyson. But Mike Tyson's always Mike Tyson. Like you said, people don't have a plan until they get punched in the face. So when Mike Tyson does that, I don't know.
Cody Rhodes, a longtime supporter of Jake, expressed his confidence in him, highlighting Jake's access to elite trainers and facilities. People overlook the fact that Jake has been training like a professional, Rhodes noted. However, Tyson won't make things easy. This isn't going to be just a YouTube video.
That's a tricky one. I mean, I think everyone, when it comes to a Mike Tyson fight, even today, want to see this big legendary Mike Tyson knockout, but Logan Paul and Jake Paul have a wonderful gym, Problem Child gym down there in Puerto Rico, where I once got to visit, and I was blown away by, they have every modern training thing you could possibly think of, surrounded by the best professionals. And I know you see them in all these social and these influence videos and all this different content creation. They have such an arrogance and such a bravado, but if you've ever met either of the Pauls, they seem to be the most disciplined guys in the room. So as much as I love Mike Tyson, I think that's Jake Paul all the way.
Former MMA fighter Michael Bisping, a longtime critic of Jake Paul, has been outspoken about the matchup, criticizing Jake for choosing to face an older Tyson.
There's got to be one thing that really separates him from the pack as boxers, not from fans.
I mean, just speed for us. If somebody's so fast that...
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload.